to get started just because I want to be mindful of your ladies' time. So we're going to chat all about what is coaching, and I get really, really excited about this. So I also talk really fast. So if I
was just going to say for me, I'm like, I need to slow down.
If I'm like going kind of crazy, just wave your hand and be like, hey, can you slow down? Okay, if you don't know me, which I think all of y'all know me, I'm Kristen, and I have been coaching for 2 years now. I just celebrated my coach anniversary last month, 2 years, which is so crazy. It has literally flown by. I'm married. My husband and I, we're actually about to celebrate our 4-year anniversary this summer, which is mind-boggling. I literally feel like I just got married like last month. I don't know what has happened. We have a dog, Coda. He is basically my child. I love him to death. And we're a military family. My husband is a pilot in the Air Force. So we are from South Carolina, but we've lived all over the past 4 years. But like I said, I started coaching 2 years ago. I originally started in an accountability group with my coach. And I kind of had like, before I got in her group, I kind of had a, hey, welcome. Whenever I first started, I guess it was probably 2.5 years ago. I had like a really rough relationship with food. I had really poor body image. And I was a yo-yo dieter. I was that girl that tried everything, all the fitness programs, all the new fad diets. I was literally always trying something because I was so unhappy with the way I felt in my skin, how I looked. I was just not happy with myself. And I had a lot of stress, military life, deployment, planning a wedding, graduate school, all of that stuff was going on. And I was just in a really rough spot. And started going to a small group, met my coach, Julie, in my small group. And she told me that she was a health and fitness coach. And obviously I started following her on Instagram, totally started stalking her on Instagram. And I was like, who is this chick? Like, I met her and she's super normal, but I get on Instagram and she is just like so passionate about what she's doing every day in her health and fitness journey. And she had so much joy and she was so consistent. She was pregnant at the time and like in her 3rd trimester and in better shape than I was in. And I was like, my gosh, I have got to get with it. Like, what does this chick have? I need some of that. And so I just literally reached out to her and was like, hey, can I get in your group? Like, your next group's starting. Can I get in your group? And she was like, yeah. And so I jumped in her group in December and we were moving in January. And so I had to kind of put my career on hold. I had just graduated from graduate school. I had my master's in social work and my husband and I had to move for 6 months in state somewhere else. And so I was like, oh, I'll just put my career on hold. And while I was in that location for 6 months, it literally took me 2 months of being in that accountability group and being in that place and that season of my life. And I was like, okay, I want to try coaching. I'm just going to stick my toes in. And I had already had that huge transformation, that inner transformation of incorporating my faith into my fitness, which is something that my coach did. And I was just like totally transformed. I had never thought to add my faith into my fitness journey. And whenever I actually had that spiritual faith transformation, I started seeing physical results and I started realizing the like, you know, how it honors God to honor our bodies and to steward our bodies well. And so all of that was going on all within like a 2-month period. And I was like, okay, I'm going to try this coaching thing. And at first I was like, I'm just going to do it for the discount. And I'm just going to do it while we're in this place temporarily. And within like the first 3 weeks of coaching, I was like, okay, that's it. Like, I'm going all in on this business. This is incredible. This community is just life-changing. And I want to help women the way that I have been helped. And so that's when I was like, okay, I'm going all in on this. And newsflash, we moved like 4 more times in the next 2 years. And so I have not got my social work license, nor do I plan to do that. Coaching is now my full-time gig. I absolutely love what I get to do every day. And so I'm excited to just continue sharing what that looks like with y'all. So I'll just pass it over to Noelle to introduce herself.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know me, my name's Noelle. I have been a coach for just shy of 3 years. I am married. My husband's name is David. We've been married for about 4.5 years, which, like Kristen said, is mind-boggling. Like the fact that I have a 5-year anniversary just kind of is amazing. Not amazing, but like holy crap kind of thing.
Yeah.
We have a 4.5-month-old son. He is just the light of my life. He smiles at me and I just can't. I can't even talk. Like he's perfect. And then I also have a dog. His name is Kevin, and he is a golden doodle. I started coaching. So, like it says there in July, I had joined an accountability group with my coach. Her name is Callie in May of that year, just because I had been going to the gym with my husband and I just didn't love it anymore. Like we would spend an hour and a half between our commute and then time at the gym not every day, but the days we went, it took up an hour and a half of our day. And I just didn't love that. So I had a girlfriend that was offering an accountability group for at-home workouts. I'm like, okay, well, I can work out at home if I have accountability because that takes up way less time. I don't really have weights or anything, but I'll just figure it out as I go. So I joined her group, and we did 80-day obsession. And before we even got into like the third phase of that program, I texted her and just said, I need to know more about what you're doing as a coach, because this has changed my outlook just on fitness. And the other, I think the biggest thing, actually, if I'm being honest, was just that atmosphere, that community of all of these women that were all trying to be healthy, and having those people surrounding me, even though it was all virtual because it was all through Facebook. I just wanted to provide that kind of community for other people. And so I texted her and just kind of said, like, what do I need to do? Like, how does this work? You know, all that. And she plugged me into like an at the time it was a Facebook group. We weren't using Zoom, but it was like an info group on Facebook. And I learned more about it and just didn't even hesitate. Jumped in as a coach. I still worked full time until I had my son in the fall. So I still worked full time for the first just over 2 years. And so it was very much it was more than a hobby, but I wasn't able to commit time to it because I still worked 40 hours a week. So since having Bobby and being home, I've really been able to pour into the business side of things and actually commit a couple of hours a day to it. But it just, honestly, the community, like I said, so not just having the accountability community, but then when I became a coach and had that coaching community of women who were also building businesses, or even the ones that were just in it for the hobby, but just, you know, had that mindset of wanting to help other people. And I fed off of that. I mean, energy goes a long way. And so I can't ever see myself doing anything else. I am at home full time now with Bobby, and plan to be until, you know, however many kids we have are all in school. But I told David that if I'm still enjoying it as much as I am now, I don't plan to ever like get a job, because this will be my job. Like this, helping other women find freedom in their fitness is all of the job that I would ever need. That's kind of where I'm at there.
Yeah, it really is a rewarding just opportunity to be a part of. And just, you know, some people do this, like Noelle said, as a hobby. When I first started, like I literally was just like, I need something to keep me busy while we're at this location. And as silly as it sounds, I just wanted to be able to pay for like my dog's dog food each month. Like I was like, I'm not contributing to our family financially right now. Like I just want to pay for my kids' food, you know, like the $50 big bag of dog food each month. And I wanted to cover like my products that I was using. And so like at first, like I had no intention of building like an actual business that could, you know, potentially keep me home forever. And so everybody kind of goes in this with different ideas of side hustle, hobby, or people who want to create a massive income that makes $1 million one day, which is totally possible. So yeah, keep your mind open, because a lot of people join this business for several different reasons. Okay, so tonight we're going to talk about a lot of different things, a lot of fun things that I love. But some of the things that you can expect to hear is talking about what do we do every day, which is super fun. Common questions we get, and questions that me and Noelle had in the beginning. We were like, okay, I have some questions. You know, if you're committing to something and you're pouring into something, you obviously are going to have some questions. So we expect you all to have questions. We're going to talk about some coach perks, and then we're going to talk about how we earn an income, because you guys, this is a business. This is something that if you put the work in, you can actually earn a real paycheck, which is super cool. So yeah, let's just keep riding rolling, and let's talk about what we do every day. We literally help people get healthy. It is such a cool, rewarding business to be a part of, because if you've been in one of our accountability groups, or you have been in a season of your life where you have seen change and you have seen growth, it is so empowering. And when you get to share that with other people, it's just super cool. So we literally help people get healthy, but the first way we do that is by pouring into our own journey, which what job, literally a part of your job description is to get results and to take care of yourself? How freaking cool. So you literally pick a program, you use the products, you fall in love with the products, you fall in love with the programs, you get into your community and your accountability group, and you get freaking incredible results, and you share the journey start to finish. And that's not to say that you need to have like rock solid abs. No, that's not what we're talking about here. You don't have to have that. And we'll talk a little bit more about that. But we're literally here to help women find freedom in their health and fitness journey. And for me personally, and how my coach did it, and how I know Noelle does it, and so many women on our team, this is an opportunity for us to disciple women in their faith, walk alongside them, use this as an avenue to share Jesus with people and to just pour the gospel into people in a way where they understand their worth and their value in the sight of the Lord, and not just like, putting our worth in a number on the scale or what we're eating, like those types of things. So this is like eternal impact, not just surface level. Let's get flat abs for the summertime, although those are great things. Holla, I'm all about it. But when your heart is pure and you're here to just get healthy and steward your body well and share that with other people, that's literally what we get to do, which is so cool. But we build relationships with people. We are like professional friend makers. I love it. I love talking to people and just getting to know people where they're at in their season of life, building relationships with them, talking to them about their goals and their health and fitness journey, and like just encouraging them in that. Super fun. And then we host online accountability groups. A lot of you are in our groups and you know what that community looks like. You know the encouragement that you feel every day when you wake up and you read that post and you see other women checking in and people comment on your check-in or encouraging you and cheering you on. It is so uplifting and encouraging. And I don't know about y'all, but it's nice to be in a group of women who are not competing with one another, who are not comparing against one another, but who are encouraging each other, building each other up, and just literally they're linking arms on this journey together. And I think if 2020 has taught us anything, community is such a game changer in growth and in consistency and just in joy, finding joy in the everyday. So that's honestly, that's what we do. We help people get healthy by doing our own journey or showing up for our own journey and sharing it along the way. And we as coaches, and if you join our team, you will have all the tools and resources that you need to support your clients. So that's not something that you should ever be worried about. You will have everything you need to give them the support and the resources that they need to hit their goals and get the results that they want. But what I will say, you don't have to be a nutritionist. You don't have to be a fitness expert. I'm none of those. I'm a normal human that is literally on the same journey my clients are on. But you do have to be willing to work hard, be consistent. This is not an all-day business. This is an everyday business, something that small, seemingly insignificant steps every single day will build your business. And you have to be willing to learn and be teachable. It's really all it takes, you guys. It sounds simple, and it is, but it's not always easy to show up every day, but it is so worth it. So yeah, that's what we do every day. And now I'm gonna toss it over to Noelle.
Yeah, so some of the like number one questions that Kristen and I had, and that most people have when they are considering coaching, whether it's as a hobby or as a business, we've kind of boiled it down to these four. And of course, you will have other questions too. But the number one question, maybe not number one, but one of the top questions we get is, do I need to have a big following on Instagram or Facebook? Do I need to have a lot of followers already? And the answer is definitely not. I think when I first started coaching, I had somewhere around 250 maybe, and then from there it's grown based on just like the connections that I've made. But you do not need to have a big following. You don't need to have these really high numbers of people, because the truth is, especially in the very beginning, you're going to be inviting the people that you know in real life. You're going to be inviting the people from church, from your job, from your cousins, like your friends from high school, your friends from college. You're going to be inviting people that you already know. And so as time goes on, and as you build connections on Instagram and your following grows, you'll have more people to invite to, but you don't need to have a big following in order to become a coach. And kind of on that same line, you don't need to already be fit. You don't need to be at your end goal. You don't need to be a personal trainer or a nutritionist, like Kristen said. You are on a journey yourself, and that's what people are going to relate to. They don't want to join someone who just has all of these pictures of their 8-pack abs and, whatever, like because that may not be realistic for them. They may not be at a point where they're even thinking about having a 6-pack abs. They might just want to lose 10 pounds because their jeans don't fit. You know what I mean? Like, they want to see a real person, a real human being who's going for actual goals rather than someone who's already there, because that's not realistic for them. They want to be able to partner with someone. So you don't need to be, there is no like fit enough. Like, you don't need to get to a goal and then start reaching people, because people are going to relate to you where you're at. The time factor just depends on kind of what your goals are. So if this is just a hobby for you, you don't really need to necessarily devote time to it. It's just going to be natural conversations that you have with people in real life or through social media, but mostly just people that you already interact with on a daily basis or regularly. If you want to build a business out of it, it does take a time commitment. I mean, you are going to get what you work for. So for me, when I first started, I still worked full time. So the only time I really spent on my business was like in the morning while I ate breakfast, on my lunch break, maybe in the evening after we were done with dinner. And it was more in pockets of time. Now that I'm home all day, I do spend probably 2 or 3 hours a day spread throughout the day that I'm working my business, whether that's, messaging people or working on content for my challenge group or things like that. But it's probably in the 2 to 3 hours a day range. And that's just where I'm at right now, but that's not where I started. There are people like Julie. She was a full-time nurse. Julie is Kristen's coach. She's like our mama coach, grandmama coach. She started in the beginning with just pockets of her day because she still worked full-time as a nurse. So it's just kind of wherever your commitment level is, how much time you can commit, but you just have to remember that the time you put in is going to be equal to the amount of growth that you see in your business. And then as far as being salesy, that is 100% not what you have to be. So I think we all are concerned about coming across to our friends and to people who we know on social media as salesy or icky or just trying to make money. And I think we have all gotten those messages from people. And so it's just important, like if you're about to reach out to someone, you just read through it. Does it sound salesy? Does it sound icky? Then don't send it, rewrite it. Think of it like okay, so summertime is coming up. Let's say you found the best bag to take all of your stuff to the beach in. Like the beach bag is just like sand doesn't stick to it and it fits all of your stuff perfectly. If someone says, oh my gosh, that's a really cute bag, you're going to respond with, thank you so much. I got it at Target. That's not salesy. You're not saying, like, you're not pushing it on them. You're just saying like, thanks, this is where I got it from. This is why I love it. You should go get one. So you just have to respond in that same way. Like, you love what these workouts have done for you. You love what the products have done for you. So if somebody says, you look so healthy, what have you been doing? It's going to be natural to say, yeah, I've been using Beachbody's workouts, and actually their Shakeology has helped me curb like all of my sugar cravings, and I don't want to snack as much anymore. And it doesn't come across as salesy at all. It just comes across like it's benefited your life, and that's why you want to share it. So those are kind of the top questions. Kristen, if you could scroll down for me. So the community, I mentioned earlier that community is one of the biggest things that I was craving. I had played sports growing up all through high school and college, and I was always on a team. So in adulthood, like, of course I had friends and family, but I didn't have that team community. And I didn't realize I was craving it until it was offered to me again. So the beauty of signing up under me or Kristen as a coach is that you are automatically added to what's called our upline coach pages. So the team pages are just a place, first and foremost, for encouragement and for accountability. So we'll randomly check in with the people on our team page, like, hey, how are things going? Have you done your work today? Have you, X, Y, and Z, just as accountability. But there's also so many trainings that are in these team pages. You are not going to be thrown into this like, here's what you're doing, just kind of figure it out, like guess as you go, find what works for you. Not at all. There are so many trainings from different coaches that have gone before us that have just created these training videos, and you get access to all of that. It is not limited. You don't have to like hit a certain rank or anything to have access to that. You are given all of the resources from the beginning. So you will never have to question how something works or what you should be doing, because it's all going to be given to you right there. The biggest reason I love these team pages is the energy. So every Monday night we have team calls. Usually they're trainings of some kind, like how to XYZ. Sometimes they're just goal setting calls. There's just calls that are meant to light you on fire and remind you why you started coaching in the first place. But the energy is literally like my favorite thing. There's this one girl on our team, her name is Paige. Whenever she leads a team call, I drop everything and I do not miss that team call because she fires me up. Like her energy, like I don't know. I don't know what it is. Like, she just really gets everybody going. Like, it's straight fire every single time. But that energy is contagious, and we all work together to build momentum, because the beauty of being a Beachbody coach is it's not just what you're doing or what Kristen's doing or what Callie's doing or what Julie's like. It is a team effort. So Julie was just named the number 6 coach in the company. Like, her team is number 6 out of like 400,000 coach teams. And so she's like my next level coach, I guess you could say. So her team was named number 6, but that's not, I mean, yes, obviously Julie gets the credit for that, but it's not just Julie. Everyone who is under her has worked together to build that team rank. And so it is 100% a team effort. And Julie will be the first to tell you that. But it's just because that energy is contagious and that momentum builds, and you just feed off of each other, and you are given access to that from day one. It's something that you are added in right away to these pages. And it's just what makes it fun, like, I don't know, it just makes it fun. Like, it just makes me excited.
It really is the best part of our business. Were you done, Noelle? I should make sure you're done.
Yes, I was. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I should have
No,
I didn't know how to close it.
You're fine. But yeah, the community is definitely the best part by far. Like, I would do this for the community even if I didn't get paid. And it's because we literally have such a solid community of women who are running after Jesus together, running after our goals together. And we are here to like I said, like, we're here to create impact. We're not just here to make $1 off of people. We're literally here to invest in people's lives, in their health and fitness journey, but also in women who, like you, who are wanting to build a business or potentially start your own business to bless your family financially, and then to also impact so many other lives. And it's just so cool to see, like, Julie, number 6 in the network, and all of her coaches, and then the people that they're helping, and then the people that their coaches are helping, and their coaches are helping. And it's just like mind blowing to think about the amount of women who are having life change like I had. And it just gives me chills to even think about. Okay,
The
so let's
ripple
talk.
effect is a real thing.
It is, and energy and momentum is like fire. But let's talk about money, because this is a business. Like, this day and age, like, we all have to pay our bills, right? Like, I have to pay for my dog's dog food, And so if you treat this like a business, it will pay like a business. If you treat it like a hobby, it'll pay like a hobby. And that's some people's goal. They just want a little side gig, which is super cool. But here are some ways that we can earn income. There are 4 ways you can earn income. The first one is you get a 25% off discount. So, like, it's not technically earning money, but you're saving money. If you are in our groups and you are using the products and you know how freaking awesome they are, then signing up for the discount is like a no-brainer because you're saving money. Who doesn't want to save money? Next thing is commissions. And this is kind of where you make the money in the beginning, and you'll get a 25 to 45% commissions on whatever products and programs you sell. So every time you set someone up to start their health and fitness journey, you will get a commission from that sale. Sometimes they're, maybe not as long of a membership, or sometimes they might be the annual membership with shakes and other things like that. So it really just depends on what you set people up with based on their goals. And you obviously will have already chatted with people to kind of figure out where they're at and set them up with what will work best for them. The third way to earn income is called Team Cycle Bonus. And this gets kind of complicated, so I'm not going to go into super detail. But like you've heard us mention, as you begin to build your business and you begin inviting other people into the business opportunity with you, and you start creating your own team of coaches, as your team works together, you will begin to earn what we call a Team Cycle Bonus. And there's lots of, our compensation plan is 100% on Google. You can Google it and see all the details of it. There's nothing icky about it. And you can kind of see how, when your team works together, you get this Team Cycle Bonus. And as you are in this business for longevity, like down the road, that will begin to become your main source of income. Whereas at the very beginning, the commissions is going to be the quick cash that you get. But your Team Cycle Bonus, as your team grows and you're all working together and building all this momentum and creating impact with so many other women and clients, you will begin to work together as a team, and you'll see those Team Cycle Bonuses. And eventually that can turn into a residual stream of income, which is super, super cool. And I will say this is not a get rich quick business. If it was, I would tell you to run and run fast and away from me, because that's icky, that's slimy, and it's illegal. Um, so we do not want anything like that. So like I said, it's not a pyramid scheme. It's not anything like that. And also, side note, our company actually just got approved to become a publicly traded company in the New York Exchange. So that is actually really cool, because that just means that more people are going to be exposed to our company and to our products and to our programs. And so our company and our network is probably about to boom, which is exciting. So yeah, those are the 3 ways to earn income. And then the last one down here is, again, it's not really you're earning a trip. You get an incentive trip. So if you help 3 to 5 women every month get started on their health and fitness journey, you will earn a trip for you and a plus one. So you and your spouse or your best friend or roommate or whoever gets to go on a trip. And we earned a trip in 2019 to Punta Cana, in 2020 to Riviera Maya, Mexico, and they all got canceled. So it's super sad. But next year there will be another one, and we are all fingers crossed, hoping that the one next year will not be canceled. I don't even think they've scheduled it yet. But it'll be somewhere tropical, because it's always tropical. And you literally get that. It's all paid for. It's like a 4-day trip at an all inclusive hotel resort, and you just have to pay to get there, which is super sweet. So that is the next way, or the last way, to earn income. Okay, just want to quickly share just a little bit of like personal stories from people on our team. So first, over here on the far left in the pink is Kate. She actually, it's super cool because she just recently posted in our team page just some encouraging words, because she used to be a teacher. I think she was a high school teacher and loved being a teacher. Absolutely loved being a teacher. I don't think she had any intention of not teaching. That was her passion. She loved it. But then she decided to do coaching. She, I think, was a former collegiate dancer, and she jumped into coaching, fell in love with coaching. She was doing both at the same time, building her business and teaching at the same time, built a really, really successful business. And then she just recently had her first baby. And after she had her first baby, she decided not to go back to work. And she had the option to not do that. Like, she could stay home with her baby because she had worked so hard building her business while she was a teacher. And now she gets to stay home with her baby. And I don't know if she's planning on doing that like long term or just until her baby goes to school or whatever. But it's super cool to see where people who are super passionate about their career still are able to use coaching as a side hustle and something that they can continue building. Then next from the left is Callie in the blue. That is Noelle's coach. She started off as like an admin, I think, secretary admin or something like that. And she worked her business and hustled and hustled and hustled, had her son and was able to go home. And now she's at home with her son. She also has a foster kid. And I think she still has a foster placement right now. And she's pregnant. So she has been through a lot and has really been able to build her business to where she can stay home with 2, soon to be 3 kiddos. And then there next is Julie. That's my coach, and that's our mama coach. Like, she's the top coach for all of us. And like Noelle mentioned at the beginning of this call, Julie started her business when she was working 12-hour shifts in the hospital. She loved what she got to do, helping people in as a nurse, but she was stressed to the max in her job. And every day she was going to work, and before she was going to work, she would just pray, like, Lord, help me make it through this shift. Like, she just was not happy with where she was. She wanted to help people, but it just wasn't what she wanted at the time, and it was stressing her out more than it was bringing her joy. And she started building her business in the pockets of her day when she got up at 5 a.m. before she had to go into her 12-hour shift, and on her lunch break, and any pocket of her day, she was pouring into her clients and into her business. And she has been a coach for 4 years, and she has tripled her nursing income, which is incredible. And another thing about that with coaching, you can't really tap out. Whereas like in nursing or even, teaching and all these things, you kind of have a level where you're like, okay, that's kind of the top. I'm not really going to be able to make much more in that unless you like either go back to school, which costs money, or whatever. in this opportunity, in this business, you can go and build and build and build and build and build. And there's no cap on it. Like you can continuously create. The more impact you make, the more people you reach, the more people you help, the more income you make, which is absolutely incredible, the opportunity that we have. And again, like it's not to be like, if we're earning a lot of income, like we should steward that for God's glory as well. So it's not just to be rich people, but to create even more impact with that money that we earn. And it's so cool to see how God works through opportunities like this. And then last one there on the far right is Rachel. She was also an RN, and she recently was able to come home full time with her baby, and she's pregnant again too. I think she just sent out she's pregnant again.
Did she
So
really? I hadn't heard that. That's
I'm
exciting.
pretty sure that she just posted that she's pregnant like last week. So lots of mamas, new mamas, and pregnant mamas on our team. Also, lots of people who aren't pregnant. Me, and I don't have kids. And we have lots. We even have coaches that are in college and crushing it, and it's super cool. So this business anybody can do, and it's amazing. All right, go ahead, Noelle.
Thank you. So the only thing I'll also add is there's no limit. Like you aren't stuck, you aren't limited to what, like if you sign up under me, you're not limited to my level of success. Like you can skyrocket past me. In fact, Julie hitting number 6 in the company puts her past like her 3 generation up coach. And there's no like limit, I guess. Like you're not stuck hitting what I hit. So that's pretty cool too. Like you don't have to feel limited. So we've talked about the community. We've talked about real life friends. You can see all of these pictures here. The ones were there in all black. That was actually a retreat that Julie hosted for the leaders on the team. And she actually had like a professional photographer come and take these pictures for them. But that was just earned. She set a benchmark and said, whoever hits this by this date gets to come on this trip. I will pay for it. You just have to get yourself there. And then you can see like the bigger group pictures are actually from Summit, which is our yearly conference that they put on. They actually just canceled this year's, or not canceled it, made it virtual for understandable reasons. But you can see the community that comes together at these events, because all of these people get to meet each other in real life, hug each other, party, like dance together, and work out together, and go to these trainings together. And it's just so cool to see like virtual friends become real life friends. And some of us, like, there are some people that I have on my team who I know in real life first, but a majority of the people in my challenge group or in my coach team, I met them on Instagram. Like I didn't know them in real life, but this gives me the opportunity to know them in real life. Kristen and I, actually, there's a couple of us planning a girls' weekend this fall. We have never met each other in person. That's not true. I actually met Kara in person once, but we've never all been together. So like it gives us a chance. We've made these connections to be real life friends, even outside of coaching. And it's not something that like, if I decide to stop coaching, it's not like Kristen's not going to be my friend anymore. You know, like it's not like we're just friends because we're coaches. We are lifelong friends because of coaching, but it doesn't stop there. Like coaching is not the only thing that we have come to love each other for. And if nothing else, I mean, it gives us another sister in Christ. Like we get to encourage each other in our business, but also encourage each other to live for Christ and for what he wants us to do. And so it's just been such a blessing to have real life friends come out of, you know, this coaching thing is kind of what I hear it referred to, this coaching thing. So that's really cool. And then Kristen, if you'll scroll down for me, coach life, best life, kind of the same thing that we've kind of been talking about. You know, you aren't selling something. Like, yes, you are a salesperson, you are selling the product and the subscription, but you're not just selling something. You are sharing something that has changed your life, that makes you want to give it to other people. And that's what I tell people all the time. Like if I'm inviting someone, I can't tell you, I probably in every single message I am saying like, no worries if you're not interested. It's changed my life. I just want to share it. Let me know if I can answer any questions for you. Because I truly think that without the accountability, I would be in the same like up and down, like Kristen called it yo-yo. Like I would still be doing that 3 years down the road. Like I started 3 years ago. So 3 years to today, I would still be doing that if I hadn't found the community and the accountability. So of course I want to share that. And social media makes it easy for us to make those connections, especially with COVID, when we can't necessarily just go out and meet people. Social media gives us the opportunity to find things that we have in common with people and connect with them on it. You know, I have so many people that I've met on Instagram just because they have a golden doodle, and I can be like, dude, my dog just did this. Is that normal? Like, should I be concerned or whatever? And then as far as like support and info, like I said earlier, in the team page, you are given all of the support you need. And even Beachbody is great about providing support. They have weekly trainings that go out to the entire company. They have resources in the coach office that you can literally search like, how do I XYZ? And there's going to be a training on it provided by Beachbody, provided by someone on Julie's team. Like there are going to be options for you. You are not going to be left to what's the phrase? Hung out to dry. You're going to be given all the information, and you're not going to have to worry about like deep diving into YouTube to find a training. Like there are so many options available. And then circling back to how our number one like responsibility is to work on our own journey, it's just that extra layer of accountability. So being a coach, you have a responsibility to be an example for the people that you're working with. You know, like the women in my group, I have a responsibility to be a good example to them. And I am far more likely to get my workout in if I know that if I skip that workout, I'm going to have to get on my page and say, didn't do my workout today. And obviously there are days that it just doesn't happen, but a vast majority of the time it's because my emotions are getting in the way and I don't want to work out, but I do it anyway because I know that I need to set an example for them. And so just having that extra layer of accountability has been life-changing, and I don't know who wouldn't want that.
Yeah, seriously. It helps, like it has helped me stay consistent. Like I said, I've literally tried all the things, and when you find something that you can stick to for over 2 years, it's kind of like, oh, that's the thing. Like that's your jam, and this is my jam. And so that's why I share it with people, because it has, like I said, I had an inner transformation first, like a heart change and a mindset shift. And then when that happened, and that happened in the community because of my coach, because of the women that I was surrounding myself with. And then the external results started to come, and then the confidence, and finding worth in the Lord first, and then learning to honor my body for his glory, and so that I could be a better servant of him. That is when the life change happened. And it's just kind of like, that's what I want other people to experience too. I want people to know their worth and value in the Lord, and to feel confident in their skin and free in their relationship with food and their body. So all of that said, worst case scenario, if you decide that coaching is for you now or later, you get in the best shape of your life. Like, how cool is that? That you actually get to work on your journey. You get to move towards your goals. You get to feel healthy and confident. And that to me is almost just worth it. Like, that's worth it. So we have some transformations here, just kind of showing some of the girls on our team. Over there to the far left, that's Paige, our hype girl, hype coach. She literally lost like altogether, because she's had a baby since she first started coaching. And so with her postpartum journey, she's lost almost like 90 pounds. And the first like 40 pounds of it was just with a nutrition program that we have, which is super cool. Like, to be able to just see those results, and that she was able to do it again after she had her baby and keep it off. And she's killing it. Like, she's absolutely killing it. And then there's Noelle. Look at how cute. And her results, I don't know if you want to talk about that at all, or.
Yeah, real quick, I can just say I gained about 30 pounds right after I got married, and it turns out I actually did have like an underlying health issue. But basically, the happy wedding weight just kind of added up, and I eventually signed up and did Beachbody's 80-day obsession. And the after picture is from right before I got pregnant, because the last time I made a transformation picture was before I had my son. So obviously I wasn't going to put up a pregnancy picture. Overall, so I lost about 30 pounds before I had Bobby. I gained 30 pounds when I was pregnant, and I'm actually 2 pounds under my pre-pregnancy weight. I just weighed in this morning. So I need to do an updated thing, but like, so I've technically lost a total of 62 pounds since starting Beachbody, wow. Pre and post pregnancy, obviously. So I need to update the pictures, but it was definitely and then all through pregnancy, like staying active thing, would not have done that if I was not being held accountable. So such a blessing.
That's so awesome. And then there are my results, and I've lost, I don't even know how much I've lost, like 15-ish pounds. But for me, it has been more, like I said, about the internal change, and then also just like showing up in the process, the journey, and like seeking out the daily joy of just moving my body and enjoying the gift of endorphins, and following just a nutrition plan that actually brings me freedom and not feeling restricted. So like, it's just super cool to see those transformations. And then on the far right is Callie. This is also a postpartum journey that I think our whole team has kind of gotten to watch, and we're now going to watch it again because she's pregnant again. So it's just it's really cool to see women in all different seasons of life, in all different, places and fitness journeys and like all different levels. And it's really, really cool to see people on that journey and share it from start to finish. And just to kind of get to walk through that with people is so fun. So again, if you don't get anything out of tonight, I hope that you get that we're here to create life change and help people find freedom in their heart and in their mind and in their health and fitness journey. And then also to just spread that outward and encourage other women to do the same and to help other people. So if you do decide to join either me, Noelle, or one of our other lovely coaches that are on this call, there are a few steps you can take. If you are already in an accountability group and you already have the workouts and you signed up with what we call a challenge pack, which is our total solution package with all the goodies inside, you don't have to pay anything to be a coach. Your coach sign-up fee is completely waived, which is like a $40 fee, completely waived. And if you don't have the workouts or you didn't sign up with a challenge pack, then all you have to do is get the challenge pack, which is about $160. And that is literally an investment in yourself. How cool is that? The fact that you get to start a business by investing in yourself, and you don't there's people that take out tens of thousands of dollars to start a brick and mortar business, and you literally pay $160 to get your workouts and get your shakes and get your nutrition programs and get in a accountability group. Super cool. And then after a month, you will start getting a $15, $16-ish fee. And that is our business service fee. That covers all of our customer service, all of our shipping and handling. You do not have to stockpile protein in your garage. Praise the Lord. That would be super annoying. You don't have to ship out anything. Literally, our corporate company handles all of that. They handle all of the customer service. And then that $16 monthly fee also just covers the cost of your business center being open, which is basically our coach online office where you have trainings and all that kind of stuff where you keep all your ducks in a row. $16 a month. Super cool. You can literally sign up just for the discount and still save money even with that $16 fee. Also, if you're military, you don't have to pay that fee, which is such a blessing. That is completely waived for our military, active duty, and veteran and spouses. Such a blessing. As a military spouse, I really, really love that our company honors and respects the military in that way. And then if you decide to get plugged in with us, we will set you up, like Noelle said multiple times, with a new coach training right off the bat. You will get all the tools you need. You will not be wandering around what do I do? And your coach will be there for you. They will be there for you from step one until you are ready to just fly. And another question that we get sometimes is, do we have a monthly quota that you have to meet each month? No, there's no requirement that you have to meet each month. I know some companies you're required to sell a certain amount of whatever. You do not have to do that with us. Obviously, as a team, we like to set goals and run towards those goals each month, but you're not gonna your account won't get canceled or any of that if you, for some reason, don't reach your goals. That's totally, you just don't reach your goals. So yeah, no monthly quota. And that is all.